Imparting proper training and ensuring the right development of the selected candidate is one of the crucial functions of human resource. After all, the success of the organization depends on how well the employees are trained for the job and what are their growth and development opportunities within the organization. The role of HR should be to ensure that the new employees acquire the company's specific knowledge and skills to perform their tasks efficiently. It boosts the overall efficiency and productivity of the workforce, which ultimately results in better business for the company. Human resource management plays a very crucial role in preparing for bigger tasks and responsibilities, which leads to the holistic development and of employees at work. An organization which provides ample growth and development opportunities to its employees is considered to be a healthy organization. On-the-job training is the responsibility of the Human Resource Department. Special training may also be provided by some companies for both new hires and existing employees. This special training is mainly done to make the employees up to date in their respective roles as required by their company. These functions makes employees understand the process and makes it easy for them to get on their jobs with much ease. During the process of the training and development, the results are monitored and measured to find out the employees acquire any new skills of the company that he or she worked on. To proceed this function of human resource management, 4 phases strategic model are needed, which are need assessment, design, implementation, and evaluation. This will be explained further by the next presenter. To conclude, this function improves employees' knowledge and skills so that the company or that particular organization can achieve their goals.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is NUHA BINTI RAFIT. I'm going to explain about the subtopic for training and development, which is conducting the need assessment and also the need assessment for training. Conducting the needs assessment divided into two. Firstly is hard skill training. It can be defined as the tangible and teachable skills needed to do a job, while soft skill training is subjective skills that are harder to measure, requiring more judgment but equally valuable in the workplace. After I give the meaning of hard skill and soft skill training, let me give some examples for the two of skill training. Let me see. Do you know what the example of hard skill training and also soft skill training? Let me explain to you. So here is two examples of hard skill training. Firstly, computer technology. Technology-related hard skills are important in most jobs these days and should be included on a resume to the specific job at hand. Even jobs that largely rely on soft skills now require employees to use technology. Here is some technology skills that are demanded on this day, which is cloud foundation and also cyber security. Secondly is bookkeeping and accounting training. Knowing how to work programs such as QuickBooks and also tax software is important. In addition to having accounting skills and the ability to work with the spreadsheets, are important also subset of hard skills when it comes to being able to manage the finance of a business. Keeping accurate records and managing cash flow are skills that one can learn in school and also are specific to this career. Well, we already know the example and also the meaning of hard skill training. Let's get into the example of the soft skill training. Let's go. So here is example of soft skill training. Firstly, communication training. Employee will be able to communicate more effectively both with one another and with your customers, which is win and win situations. By developing their communication skills, you will be empowering them to express themselves more clearly. Secondly, leadership training. By upskilling the leadership skill, employees will be better able to delegate, provide and accept honest and actionable feedback. Other than that, take responsibility to the deliverables they own and motivate themselves and others to reach business target. So let's move on the next subtopic, which is need assessment for training. Firstly, organization analysis. It can be defined as an examination of organization's environment, goals, strategies, performance, and resources so as to determine what training it should do. Secondly, task analysis. The meaning is the process of determining a training program's content by studying tasks and duties a job involves. Lastly, person analysis, which is the process of determining the specific individuals who did training in an organization. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mohamad and I will continue with the next step, which is phase 2, which is designing the training program. So overall, there are 4 issues that need to consider by the company in order to design their employee. So the first one is need to have an objective, which means what is the objective of the training and what is the desired outcome from the training program. Maybe we can say it will increase employee knowledge and improve employee skill related to the certain machine and technology. The second one is about readiness of the trainee and their motivation. Why we need to make sure the employee are ready and motivated to join the training? Of course, it is important because the employee that will go to training are looking forward on what they can get through the training program. They will feel more motivated because they want to learn and gain a new skill and knowledge. The third one is the characteristic of the instructor. Instructor need to have an ability in communication, leadership, and so on, because they need to have to teach and educate the employee. So they have to show a good model and good behavior toward the employee. It will make employee realize what the organization want them to do. So the instructor need to be a right and responsible person. And the last one is the principle of learning. It is same like us, which is teacher giving us a lecturer during classes. There are number of principles that need to have in training. Overall, there are 9 principles, so I will explain some of them. The first one is meaningfulness of presentation. During the presentation, the employer need to use an easy term for the trainer, so it will make easy for them to understand about their job. The second one is modeling. It is mean we need to show a model and behavior that the organization want. Maybe after the training, the company expect us to become more matured, more motivation, more creative, and thinking more critically. The third one is the individual differences. We need to know that every people, even us, have a different learning process. Some of us may be fast in learning things, but there are also some people may slow in making a progress. So the trainee will use a different type of learning stuff so that it will easy to educate trainee. The next one is active practice and repetition. Maybe during the training, the instructor will give a many info and then so to make the employee absorb, they will ask the trainer to repeat and practice again that behavior so that they will always remind that training. The other 5 principles are goal setting, whole versus part learning, experiential learning, methods distributed, and continuous learning, and the last one is feedback and reinforcement. So that's for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is QURRATU'AINI binti ROSJUNADI. I will present about implementing the training program training delivery method. There are 5 types of training delivery method, such as lecture method, discussion method, e-learning, simulation, and the on-the-job training. First, lecture method. A good lecture begins with an introduction that lays out the purpose, the order in which topic will be covered, and ground rules about interruption. A major benefit of the lecture is that it is interactive and that trainer can ask questions or have the presenter change the pace of the lecture if necessary. Second is discussion method. Allow the trainer to be actively engaged in the content of the lecture, which improve recall and use in the future. Use a short lecture to provide trainer with basic information, useful for changing or developing attitudes. Thus, the discussion method is more effective. Next is e-learning, learning process that takes place through electronic media. There are 4 types of e-learning. First, just-in-time training, which is electronic training. Second is micro-learning, instant training session. Third is learning management system. which is more efficient and cost-effective online system. And the last, cooperative training, combines experience with formal education. Next is role play, consists of playing the role of others, often supervisor and subordinate who face specific problems, such as disagreements or performance problems. Next is behavior modeling, the supervisor making himself an example to candidates. Next, simulation, used when it is impractical or unwise to train employees about the actual equipment used in the workplace. The last is on-the-job training, a method in which employees are given direct experience with instruction from their supervisor. There are three types of on-the-job training. First, word instruction technique, which is simple technique used to train employees' manual skills in the workplace. Second, apprenticeship training, a system of employees entering a skilled trade giving through instruction and experience. Lastly, coaching, the process of providing guidance, comments, and instruction to improve job performance in a particular area, while mentoring emphasizes the suitability of employees in the organization.
Hi, I'm Aina, and I will continue to explain about additional training and development programs. There are 6 methods of development program, which is oriented and onboarding training, basic skill training, team training, cross training, ethic training, and diversity training. The first is orientation and onboarding. Orientation is the formal process of familiarizing new employees with the organization, their jobs, and their work units. For example, HR manager can give an introduction and outline of training to the new employees. Orientation usually conducted by the HR organization. While onboarding means the process of systematically socializing new employees to help them get on board with an organization. The second is basic skill training. Basic skills are very important, such as reading and writing skills, number skills, and computer skills that we use every day. To implement a successful program, managers should explain to employees why and how the training will help them, relate the training to the employees' goals, and give employees feedback on their progress. Next, team training. Team training, which focus on team roles and problem solving, provides skill needed to function effectively as a team. Manager can use ABL, adventure-based learning, where they use game trust activities for the personal and social development of participants. Team training divided into 2, which is process dynamic, like meeting skills and problem solving. The second is behavior dynamic, like member communication. Cross training and ethic training. Cross training is the process of training employees to do multiple jobs within an organization. These programs enable a staff to learn how to execute specific tasks and increase employee motivation. Ethic training is the programs which are designed by a firm to promote ethical behavior, includes obeying the company's rules, trust issue, and effective communication. The last is diversity training. Diversity training were designed to facilitate positive intergroup interaction, reduce prejudice or discrimination, and generally teach individuals who are different from others how to work together effectively. There are 3 types of diversity training, such as awareness building, training to prevent discrimination, harassment, and associate lawsuit, and the last is skill buildings. The next title is evaluating the training programs. There are 4 criteria for evaluating training, which is reaction, learning, result, and behavior. Each criteria is important because it provides different information about the success of training. These criteria also can give a total picture of training programs to help managers decide where the problems.